Look at this absolute stunner of a red cedar. It's setting so much fruit this year. It's acting like a living bird feeder to the wild birds that come through here, mostly waxwings, and as well as the chickens, some food for them. I clip these off and spruce up the coop, so to speak, so they benefit from it too. And we're looking at it kind of in a permaculture light here, seeing what we can use with it, because it has those benefits, and it's also a wide evergreen screen between our house, which is right behind us, and my neighbor's construction site that has gravel pits and trucks. So it acts as a valuable shield for that too. Not many evergreens here. And we're looking at it through that permaculture sense because we're also apple growers. Right next to where we are here on our swaled hill, we have a lot of apples throughout here. Now, a lot of apple growers will tell you to go around and cut any cedars that you have in the vicinity because there's a rust fungus that hops between the two species every other year. It'll grow as red galls or orange galls on the cedar and then infect the apple, vice versa. That'll then the next year infect the cedar and bounces back. So they say to cut the cycle off by cutting the tree out of there. But it produces so many great benefits. What are the ways we can work with that? Well, apples have so many old varieties that are naturally resistant to it. That one right there, that's a black Oxford. It comes from Maine. It's a few hundred years old. Has great resistance to it. Some Roxbury russet, some Gold Rush, so some old and some new apples. So instead of what most orchardists would do is plant varieties susceptible to the fungus and thereby creating a problem, what we're doing is having varieties that aren't impacted by this relationship at all, so we can keep the tree, keep all its benefits for boosting wildlife and its visual barrier effects for us, as well as keep growing the wood. So if we ever do decide to cut it, now we have a lot more lumber a couple decades from now perhaps, if it ever grew too tall, broke, whatever, that we have a lot more lumber for that use. So I implore you, when you're designing some of these permaculture setups, to work with what you have whenever possible, within reason, and see what you can come up with. It's worth it.